happening here. We'll have to see what kind of early initiative one of these teams are taking as the wards are going to be going down. You can see right there in the mid lane as we get started. Both teams prioritizing a heavy advantage in the mid lane. Obviously, Templar Assassin, who we haven't seen a whole lot this event, but we know her to be, you know, a big snowbally kind of a hero. Watch for them to keep, you know, make sure they keep those stacks in check for that side bank account. But if, you know, Empire get that wonderful laning phase, they could snowball and blast right through IG if given that kind of permission.
Yeah, they're just lacking a little bit of damage and stuff in the early laning phase and leading into mid-game. They need to come out of the lanes pretty darn good. I mean, that's kind of the emphasis of when you're playing with the PA. That's just what you got to do. Even though Empire is very used to playing with the PA, it can't suffer a lot versus Tinker, because Tinker, if he gets Laser Rocket, you get just annihilated unless you have a good amount of HP items. So we're looking at a dual lane pressure, it looks like, more than likely coming out from IG, and I believe that they're going to do a lot of work down in that safe lane. I mean, Warlock PA, there's no way that you can really zone a Legion Commander Slardar. Don't even think they really need the Slardar down there, so I'd like to see Baboka, as he does, make his moves around the map, cause the pressure. Swim
around there a bit and then look to make his impression elsewhere. It's going to be a hard life here for the Warlock to try to be the babysitter down there for the PA. And here we see kind of a mirror match. Ogre going to be blocking things out in the TA matchup versus Tinker here. And already you can see probably these 4 positions going to be looking to keep each other in check as much as possible right now.
Yep, the good old dual lanes, and they both have mid wards as well, so they're both right away obvious of this. The one good thing is that they can stack a ton from both sides.
That's true.
The Ogre can stack the Ancients for the Templar Assassin, and the Slardar can stack for the Tinker as well. So it depends on how they really want to go for the trade-off with those type of stacks and how hard they want to prioritize them. I think for Empire, I think the stacks are extremely important from the facts that I mentioned earlier. They need to come out of the laning phase with a good little advantage, and that's exactly what you need from a TA. Ancient stacks.
I wonder who that's really going to be on here. I imagine Ogre going to be looking to kind of get that started. He may have already stacked the Ancient Camp once already for him, but the Warlock already going to have his hands full here, trying his best to kind of make sure he keeps this lady here out of the lane. XXS, as we know, a commanding off-laner in its own right, already looking to bully back King R as much as possible, but he's a slippery little guy. Anything that kind of keep the attention off of Chappie, of course, would be a bit ideal. Ghostik on the other side of the world, also kind of battling his own little, you know, demons here in the form of a silencer. Very good at being able to zone back even the minus offlaners. If he got that,
glaives.
The pure damage of the glaives is really something else.
Yeah, it's also, I mean, the Lifestealer as well. Lifestealer Silencer versus a Centaur. You have to be careful of your positioning. Sure, they don't have a stun, so you can always have a TP and you're able to get out. But it's a lot more susceptible to death than, let's say, a Legion Commander. Ghostik now, getting some pressure, but yeah, just like we mentioned. The TP to the Shrine. If he wants to, he uses it. Probably doesn't need to. All right, we've got some Miposhka, Baboka just staring at each other.
This is like their own little laning phase right here. Just keeping each other in check a bit, dishing out, able to snag up the Illusion Rune, and Ogre's now kind of stuck dealing with those guys a bit.
Yep, Ghostik's just gonna go to the jungle. He's got his Quelling Blade, got his PMS. He's happy. He's got the Shrine up as well, so he's gonna probably use that one and make his way back toward the laning phase.
It's looking pretty good. Chappie seems to be getting some good farm. They've been able to pull that wave closer and under the tower for her to work with. Warlock's holding his own, kind of zoning back the Legion Commander a bit. She is able to kind of trickle in 7 CS to her name, which is still right on par there with the Centaur. But now it's time to bully her back.
Yeah, they can pressure a little bit. I like what King R is actually doing here. He's leveling up the upheaval, so that's actually the chance that they could have if XXX doesn't expect that. He doesn't have a TP on him, so if he does get pushed into a position where the lane is too deep, he may overstep his bounds, and that's when they can actually capitalize on that. But yeah, Legion Commander can't really pressure PA Warlock. He's getting his levels, he's getting his experience, which is great.
Yeah, just doing what he can in the off lane for now. Doesn't have as easy jungle options as the Centaur does, but there you see already 1 stack built up for the TA, a side investment they'll be looking to tap into in the future, I'm sure.
I think he actually may have missed his 2nd stack there because I think the Ogre stacked the initial one. So it is a 3-minute mark. I thought it was going to be a triple lane set, but not the biggest deal. I believe that the other Ancient is being stacked as well.
They are taking care of it. Looks like we may have a rotation down here. Slardar going to be finally adventuring away from that battle with the Ogre in the mid lane and looking to assist Lady Legion Commander in zoning back King R a bit, or at least contesting and taking some of the XP, or taking some last hits too. Baboka gets a piece of that pie and will swaddle himself out, able to pull the lane all the way back in the favor of them.
Yeah, probably just feels that he's not doing like a whole lot, just wants to secure XXS's lane even more. Like, he's just going to keep running around, contesting bounty runes, contesting runes over and over again. like the panel mentioned as well, Miposhka and Baboka are pretty similar in their styles of play. So we'll probably be seeing them do like mirror things, except it does seem like Miposhka is just stacking a lot more than Baboka is.
Yeah, Miposhka definitely has kind of that objective to kind of go for here where it's not as necessary for IG, leaving Slaughter to be able to roam through and even contest opposing bounties or picking up bounties of his own, as you can see on that one. But back to the grind, back to stacking of Ancients here, back to Empire kind of passively working the way. So who's going to be hitting their power peak, if you will, first in this particular case? I mean, you have many things to come online with. You have to, of course, wait out the Centaur Blink Dagger. But outside of that, it's, you know, mostly between like when TA feels like getting frisky, maybe waiting for the Rock.
Probably first power peak would be the, Centaur getting his 6. I mean, he's getting pretty close to it. He's already level 4. The Stampede could actually make them be their way to get a kill onto the Tinker. That's like a smoke with a Stampede. That's probably the way to just get on top of him. Other than that, maybe we'll just see like IG pressure the top tower, force some reaction up there. But both teams just seem very content with
I mean, you
just
can look at the
farming.
CS even. It's Dire Radiant, Dire Radiant, Dire Radiant. This is feeling like a pretty split laning phase right now.
Yeah, level 6s are pretty much the key. Like Templar Traps, Stampede, at least for the cores. We're not going to talk about the Warlock and the Ogre. Of course, those will be a lot more prominent, but those are going to be for quite long. Oh my god, is the Courier going to get killed by the Ancient?
Careful.
Oh, that was scary. The Ancient just walked out and hit that Courier and rooted it.
It's those Ancients too. They're just extra ruthless as opposed to all the other Ancients.
They really are. Sometimes they just, if you aggro them, they sometimes just stay right outside there. So you walk up, the next surprise.
You can't even look at them funny. They'll definitely just give you that root. But
they're bullies.
Pulling back right now. Chappie getting it back under the tower once again. Having to grind on through. Got to be a little, it's starting to get a little concernicus here for Baboka when you're still level 2 at Slaughter at this point in the game. He's still trying to find his home here a bit. He is going to be able to leech a part of this pull action here, but it looks like Miposhka is going to be softening up XXS here with just a little bit of Ignite, trying to force her away around the corner.
He ignites, instant press the attack removal.
Yep.
But yes, Burning does actually, he somehow claims that tower that early. I thought that they were going to take a little bit longer on to getting that one, but pushing Baboka back away from the rune.
And Gosha grabs his own rune out on the other side. But yeah, as you said, it's Burning here, the big breadwinner of it all, with that tower takedown, puts him ahead, but he's still neck and neck with Chappie. Chappie 43 and 12 on the other side of the world. Both these cores, you know, getting the start that we're hoping for here, getting the space that was required. Ooh, first invis, Baboka Slardar movement here.
Scouting out the stacks. He's going to see that one should be, I think that one's doubled. Yeah,
also,
so
oh no!
Oh no,
He's going to cross path with Ghoshik. You can hear the audience roaring now. He's going to be forced to dig out the Stampede and run away.
Oh my god. If he was there maybe like a second earlier, he had him. Woo. That's just, oh my goodness. That could have been devastating for Empire there.
Bottom lane, we have a mild jump here from Chappie. Gets that early crit. More zoning back.
Commits the upheaval. Yeah.
Casual upheaval just to hit her on the way out.
XXS is farming very well. He's almost tied up with the mid laners.
Getting 7 minutes still to get that first blood in this one. Lots of respect from both teams in their laning phase, accepting the fact that they're very strong.
We did say that we were coming down to like the tier 3, tier 4 roamers, and now we're kind of seeing like why that kind of why these heroes aren't picked first too compared to these Earth Spirits and Monkey Kings.
So boring.
It's a little bit harder.
Not boring, but it feels like they can't nearly do as much.
Yeah.
They don't have all those extra flashy tools of diving across the lane and instantly initiating.
I mean, Slardar is, but he needs to. He takes his time. He's going to take a couple levels. That's where that Centaur kill could have been massive, because since Baboka is a bit under-leveled, it would have been pretty glorious. The duel might actually be pretty relevant with the Tinker TP. That could be another big one that they go for with the play.
Still trades here, as XXS has been able to kind of fend for herself. I say that, but the Silencer just behind him, and look at this. Baboka makes his return. We now have 3 at attendance here in the bottom lane from IG. With the smoke, looks like they may be hoping for a setup, but mid lane also. We have rotations coming in. Poshka just continuing to be that mid lane bouncer, but as a fight breaks out, it's a DD rune going to be snagged up now for Baboka as he looks to make his move in. Curse is already there. One more hit could do it, but he is going to be able to stampede and run back it away. Now they're looking for a turnaround play. Initiation comes out from Empire. FN strikes it and takes down OP, and that's going to be your first blood. It's Empire getting it done.
That's exactly what Cap was talking about, exactly what the panel's been mentioning. Chappie making that rotation. He was reading something going on bottom. You see Legion Commander get 6. He's like, something seems a little bit fishy down here. There's no other supports just showing in the lanes. I'm going to TP mid. I'm going to try to be the one making the aggressive move with my Templar Assassin traps. Bam! Gets first blood onto OP because of that engagement in the river.
Couldn't really ask for anything better for a head start if you're Empire here, giving your #1 the kill and taking down their Tinker at the start. Allows Chappie to get right back in the mix here in the bottom lane. Phase boot's already done. Looking to segue forward and completing out the Vlads. Pretty cookie cutter here for now.
Yep.
We look for IG and what timing it's going to take for their own response play here. Now you have Duel up and available. I imagine they would love to begin to accumulate some damage on top of that. But the setups are not quite there yet. Still need that more time for Baboka.
Armlet Lifestealer is the big one to make the move. Yep, as soon as Burning finishes up that Armlet, he's like, all right, we're going to claim bottom tower. And this is exactly what we've been talking about what IG does when they're playing versus a semi, you could say, greedy lineup. They are very keen on taking those tier 1s. They're like, all right, claim them all. We're just going to 3-man it and show you, we're here, we're taking your tower. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. But during the meantime, which is very good for Empire, is they did have those like double Ancient Stack, triple Ancient Stacks either as well. So we can see FN finishing up this triple Ancient, which is taking him up pretty well. He's got his treads finished. He's going to be bloodlusted as well.
Do you think straight to Deso, straight to Blink, either or should favor him this time? I know he has the trusty Blightstone for now, and as he finishes out the treads, but
it's more than likely the Blink Dagger, just so we can disengage from the Slardar Lifestealer.
Yeah, lots of money going their way as they go for the finish.
Ghostic getting a solo kill onto OP.
Looking to just try to get there for the bounty rune, but Ghostic comes into the neighborhood and gets a freebie with it. Suddenly Empire up 2-0 here, and both takedowns on the Tinker. This is going to prolong his ruby red shoes quite a bit.
Ghostic feels good right now.
And yeah, he's got to be feeling real damn good. Looks like Warlock also able to kind of scoot himself from any trouble. IG will be able to get this tower going their way, but Empire got to be feeling pretty good moving forward about taking any sort of possible fights. But there's the first mark from IG.
10-minute mark.
And
Tomes being purchased. We're going to get the big level 6s coming out for at least the Warlock and the Silencer more than likely. Baboka getting some pressure on him. Missed meld.
He'll get the crush off here, but as he tries to turn the corner, he's going to be going right into the arms of Miposhka, and it's going to allow FN to get the finish. 3-0 start for Empire here.
Yummy haste rune. Burning now, farming his own Ancients, not as effectively as a TA.
It takes a bit more time, but he's crunching his way through it.
Yeah.
Lots of great vision here for IG, at least on the Empire side of the map, scouting out their own jungle, but obviously left him a bit in the dark in the northern part, where OP ain't been caught now.
We've got a little bit of like these like mirror kind of wards coming out, but IG does have a bit deeper wards for now, just because they were able to claim that tier 1 bottom. Chappie content with just farming still, as we mentioned, that Vlad's. We'll see which talent he decides to go for, if it's either the damage or the health. I think in this game you more than likely go for the health, since you're versus the Tinker.
King Arlos and Networth. Got to be getting close to that level 6, I'd imagine. You have your book now available here. I don't know if he's waiting in the pocket for a rock drop just in case a counterplay is necessary. But now they see Burnings in the mid lane, and maybe they imagine that IG are going to be looking for their next tier 1 here soon.
Ghostic is approaching that Blink Dagger. 400 away. That's going to be the big go for Empire to try to start claiming those tier 1s, because that's what it takes them for a bit. You know, once they get the blink on the TA, once they get the blink on Centaur, and then the Warlock, that's when they can start making the big smoke plays for those towers.
12 minutes. And we have the post travel, and they're going to look to put it to use right away. Missile's already going to be going out. Miposhka should be chopped up here for Burning, who will claim the first kill for IG. Rotation to come in from IG. They poke him at the back with a dagger a bit, but IG still here, fighting, looking to get this tower if possible, while Empire just kind of playing with the clock here, knowing that Blink should be incoming any moment possibly for Ghostic.
We're going to have to notice
Stampede out bottom lane. Q, who's just trying to go for a D ward. They're going to make the chase for him.
Oh, he is dead.
Yeah. No forgiving slash, but Ben will be able to dish the burst where necessary.
So Chappie has the Desolator put it in his quick buy right now. So we're going to see which one goes to the Deso. I mean, it looks like it's going to be the PA instead of the TA this time. So TA might just go for this Blink BKB build, just to be able to deal with Tinker, maybe even Blink Manta, maybe Blink BKB and Manta, since he's versus Global and Tinker, to remove that laser, remove the Amplify. Tons of different reasons for him to go for both builds.
Seems very appetizing in this kind of a game.
So, all right, there we go. First Infest tank coming out with the Blink Dagger on the Legion Commander. See if we can get a successful duel.
Baby. Burning all saddled up. Ready to bring it away, but look at Empire. They have that blink, and they have a smoke. Smoke also comes up from IG. They could end up crossing each other's paths, but now a 180 back the other direction from Empire.
All right, Silencer, let's see your positioning for the counter initiation in this fight.
Ooh, look like maybe straight to the pit, but they're looking around all the way, and it could be just Miposhka looking to take the gank. That will be your first initiation, your first duel victory. Empire not happy with that approach from IG. They will take their business elsewhere, it looks like.
Yeah, wasting a little bit of time and a smoke. Bit unfortunate for Empire, but it looked like they were just trying to make space there for FN, it did seem. But FN seems like he was getting enough free farm that he decided, you know what, I don't need to go back for the blink dagger. Okay, now he changes his mind again. He puts
Make
so
up your fucking mind,
So he gets the blink, and he actually still has the Deso in his quick buy too. So they have 2 Desos in their quick buy. So maybe we'll see 2 of them. It'll be a bit strange to see it, but maybe.
Hiding in his tree closet, King R trying to slow the roll of IG a bit, waiting to see if Empire going to do anything about a defense, but it looks like they're just going to leave the supports. No, TA showing up now.
They've got Stampede, they've got Rock, they want to contest this.
Shields out. Glyph comes out. Burning wants the last hit.
Ghostic is not healthy.
The rage. Oh, there goes the jump in. Round to FM, but the silence is going to be coming out, and they're not going to be able to get the save. It's the burst takedown to TA, and they want more. Crush is there, but here comes the counterplay coming out with the Stampede and Runaway. The Rock going to be committed on this one. It's all for Empire to make a hasty escape. Strong move from IG to make a committed dive behind the tower, and they were all behind it.
Very costly attempt at a defense by Empire, having to commit their Rock. They lose their TA, they use Stampede. Definitely not, they were not in position to defend that tower. They definitely should have ditched it. Ghostic was sitting at like 30% HP, like their initiator can't really go in. I think the call should have probably been to go back there, but IG capitalizing on that mistake, claiming a tier 1 and a kill.
Money starting to come together here a bit for IG.
Yeah, first global usage, perfectly used by Q, stopping any attempt at saving the Templar Assassin. So 2 successful duels, 2 for 2.
2 or 3? I think, yeah, you're right. 2 at least for sure. But
it was 3, apologies. You were right. Oh, no, 2. Okay. Oh. Whatever. It's cool.
20 damage, though. Free
IG keeping a lot of wards on the map, lots of vision. They have 3 wards down, so they're
pinging out. They had that deep ward to see the rotation over from Baboka, but they're trying to figure out where exactly he is, but they missed their mark. It's IG who also have their own defensive ward here to kind of see the Empire are approaching, and they cautiously keep good positioning and good space for themselves. IG avoiding fights where they feel like they don't have the cooldowns up and ready to work with.
IG, though, the big thing for them right now is that they are claiming all these tier 1s. They're closing the map a little onto Empire. And Empire's lineup pushing is always going to be difficult because they don't have like natural pushers. Sure, TA and PA with items they can, but versus a Tinker makes it a completely different story.
You're hoping to take down towers after follow-ups from getting pickoffs or from winning team fights here, and it ain't coming easy. We
mentioned how good of an item Manta style is going to be this item, and it looks like Chappie is, instead of going for the Desolator on him since TA already has it, he's going for the Manta there. Or TA is going to be having it soon. He's going to just go for his Manta to remove all those.
Yeah. Not your usual pickup, but in this game it is going to be necessary if you want to be getting anything done. Otherwise that laser is going to be a problem.
Yeah, there's just too many different things that he can remove from it. Laser, silence, mess up for the duel, amplify, etc., open wounds.
All right, we got Empire pulling a pretty nice buddy-buddy system over here as they all kind of congregate towards the top lane. Not really looking to move out on their own, but back towards the top lane, rather. Maybe hoping to take a team fight, and they're looking to follow up with a tier 1 takedown. I imagine the Rock should be up here soon.
The really nice thing, perfect timing coming out from IG. Tinker picks up his Blink Dagger and Slardar. The really nice thing for IG is they have multiple different ways of getting the Lifestealer involved. They can use the Slardar and they can use a Legion Commander, and then the Tinker can always just jump in with the Boots of Travel. So they have nice global potential of ganking and good ways to cover their the map, so they can just make Empire suffer a bit more. And IG right away, Global's up, they've got the Blinks online, go for the battle.
Man, Baboka,
maybe even a Roche.
With his own Blink Dagger, I mean, he's only just behind where this Centaur is in this game, and now with Burning in the backpack, it is Empire still having a bit of high ground advantage up by their secret shop. IG looking for their own unique way to approach.
They know that they're in this area, though. Like, bottom lane is pushing onto a tier 2, so they're like, okay, Empire has to be in this top left area.
Yeah.
They do smoke up, so it's going to be a smoke v smoke battle. Who's going to be able to claim the high ground? IG wrapping around. Are they going to be able to find FN?
Get a fresh ward down. And now a TP onto the tower from OP. Look who's coming in from behind. It's going to be IG. Swing and a miss on the blink and crush. Global is going to be coming out as Ghostic looks to go for his own initiation. XXS steps in, but FN tries to keep him back. Rock going to be dropped, but a bit of a swing and a miss there. Does come out. IG step off from the onslaught and now look to re-engage. They spotted out FN and they hit him where it hurts. He tries to get off the refraction, but it's going to be too much power coming out from him. And they're going to get the finish. Lead in duel on the open, lock him in place. The follow-up with a crush. Won't be able to get the duel damage, but they will get the pick. 3 go down. IG on a serious up and up right now. This is supposed to be a power peak for Empire, and I'm not seeing it.
That was Beautiful blink by FN. As soon as he saw the slaughter, he blinks and dodges it. The global gets baited, so the global was kind of used in the, maybe not the best time, but in the initiation that they wanted to do, it was used properly, but then Empire unable to find anybody to actually catch. Brock off the mark. Just some small things not going in Empire's favor.
Now it's inside the pit for IG. Ghostic steps in, gets off the crush. The Roche ain't down yet, but he's looking to go for the burst onto Burning. Can he get it? No! He goes down himself! Oh, a disaster for Empire!
Oh, he's
Chappie fighting for his final life, but he'll lose it too. Out for 45 seconds. Are you serious here? Burning still holds strong, confident, pops back out and gets the job done. IG on another level here.
Is going absolutely nuts for Burning surviving there.
Man, IG looking on the mark here in their Game 1 debut here on land for Empire.
Their combo, their comfort, you know, the Slaughter, Lifestealer, Silencer. This trio is just.
This is what they came into this tournament with, threatening, and everybody recognized it. You saw many first phase bans onto the Lifestealer here, but then we saw Burning find success with the Jug. We find success with the Weaver, with the Spectre. Now we find the Lifestealer back in action again, and Burning says, "I'm not rusty."
You can ban it. Doesn't matter.
You can ban it. I got something else for you. It might be Empire who need to really clutch out some sort of serious fight, and it's going to be difficult to see where it's going to be coming from.
The Silencer pick is just so genius for them. Like the Empire drafted like this whole counter initiation thing to the Slaughter Lifestealer, but now it's like every single time they're going to lose a hero pretty much every time that combo comes out, and then they're fighting at a detriment.
IG back to the grind here as they wait for those cooldowns to take another engagement against Empire, and maybe even consider moving forward, finishing out some tier 2s here on the back of this Aegis they have. Empire trying to create as much space for themselves, pushing back out this mid lane.
It's
top
hard
lane.
though for Empire. Sorry to because like. Who's the who's the one who's going to be making the space? Like the Ogre and the Warlock aren't really the guys who want to be like running around and like making those like individual gank plays. It's the cores that really need to make the ganks for Empire. And when you're in that position, it's kind of awkward. XXX getting a duel here onto FN. Laser. Are they going to clean him up before the duel finishes? But yeah, doesn't get the duel damage, but FN gets brought down quite heavily.
Job done, nonetheless. And they'll get the finishing up here in the bottom lane. The tier 2 to go down. Empire trying to get their first tower of the game here at the top lane.
Ghostic on top of OP.
Okay, they might get a forgiving little pick here. OP, who is hiding behind the tower, will get punished.
Great positioning there by Ghostic. OP literally just blinked right into him. He's like, oh, ooh, hello.
And finally, they'll be able to get that tier 1 down. Look at bottom lane. It's already pushing into the high ground now. Empire got to get back and deal with it. And IG have already moved on to the next lane, the next tier 2. And they're happy to have Burning confidently out in front, sporting that extra life here.
Oh, yeah. Chappie definitely feeling the pressure for Empire, switching his build up. Can't go for that greedy Manta anymore. He has to go for the BKB. There's just too much burst potential coming out. Too many different ways to lock him down.
No one to really be able to get to the back lines or shut down and blast out a silencer before his global can come off. It's always IG kind of taking the lead in a lot of these fights too. A lot of credit to XXS, of course, but Empire pull off. They're doing all this under the watchful eye of IG2. Place down these very nice deep wards here. As you can see, Miposhka will at least be able to take care of one, but there's another one just like 40 feet the other direction, so.
IG has, very good warding this game. Keeping the aggression up, always knowing where Empire is if they're sitting behind people. But yeah, Empire's just in this awkward place. They can't really go for like these playmaking moves. They only have that one tier 1 claim, so it's like they have to kind of depend on IG to make like a little bit of a positioning error for them to claim those at the moment.
And IG making a mistake at this point in time just doesn't seem something you really want to be falling back on.
And also they have Aegis, so it's like, do we really want to make some type of aggressive move and hoping they make a mistake into Aegis? It's too risky.
Certainly, if not then right after the Aegis is when Empire have to do something. I don't know when the potential of their lineup is going to get any better as this game does scale. I only see Burning getting stronger, the Tinker getting more items under their belt, and more dual damage going the way of LC.
Once the TA and the PA have BKBs, it's going to be like they can actually be able to do some more in the fights, but till then it's going to be really hard for them to get bursted down. But here we go, they go for their own gank, and they do actually end up finding XXX. Again, Ghostic with great positioning, just finding heroes segregated alone.
Yeah, they didn't even really need a ward for that one. And IG might even think there's a ward deep for that Pacific kill. But Empire managed to string together a little bit something for themselves.
Yeah, I'm surprised they actually don't have more like TA traps or anything placed around the map. I'm not really seeing a whole lot coming out from FN. I think he only has like 1 or 2. around the map. But yeah, I'd like to see him be able to place a little bit more proactive ones into the enemy jungle, just to check, keeping eyes of like those type of areas, maybe choke points when there's like ramps and stuff like that. For the most part, though, it's been IG either smoke ganking or just having the map control for them to be able to go for their plays.
Yeah. 4-step there for FN.
They've got the BKB now finished for Chappie. So he won't be able to get focused down nearly as easily. Just with the duel.
Empire has 5 down here, maybe looking to push out this bottom lane and make a smoke, but they gotta be careful. There is a deep IG ward there, which could scout them, but it looks like they're gonna take their full business up and through the mid lane.
Last tier 2, IG's like, all right, let's just push top lane. Aegis does get reclaimed, but they do have an enormous lifestealer sitting on, you know, 32 armor.
Freaking burning.
Yeah, and he's already taking the build that you'd want to do exactly versus 2 high physical damage cores. Build an AC.
Armor.
And then as you see, as well, we see Silencer building Medallion. So just going to be building toward that Solar Crest.
Solar Crest, AC.
Yep.
You got the amplifying damage coming out from your Slardar.
Yeah.
Corrosive Haze.
Corrosive Haze.
It could be a nightmare for Empire here, but
yeah, they definitely have the tools to be able to deal with all that, to deal with their massive physical damage.
All right, all outer towers taken off the playing field here for Empire. Empire looking to push out what they can. Do not want to be stuck in that position where you're just cramped indoors, waiting for the inevitable play and waiting for maybe an overstep from IG.
Does seem like that's starting to feel like what's happening.
That's how you naturally just kind of get yourself put in that position. Well, I would love to see IG find opportunities to be able to go out there on adventures and be able to kind of get those pickoffs, but it's IG who, after taking that tower, go into their smoke here, even pass over the Haster just in case it gets spotted, and they're going to be going right through the Ancient camp here.
Empire's just stuck in their base. They don't see anybody with their wards. They're like, something's up.
They'll see OP to the mid lane.
Uh-oh, Chappie.
Chappie on the low ground. Scan goes out, but Boca not able to get the catch with the crush.
Yeah, just trying to keep the pressure on them, keep Empire locked in their base, and OP's doing a great job of just forcing the side lanes in constantly. I mean, this is the job of the Tinker. Force them in, trap them in their base. They're not getting the opportunity to go out and gank them at all because, as I keep kind of harping on, their supports can't really do that. It's like, what, are you just going to commit a rock to try to get him as he's TPing in and stuff? It's very hard for them to really be set up unless, like, it's Ghost Stick finding those opportunities that he did. This is nice, though, for Chappie. Nice little solo pickoff.
We take those if you're Empire.
437 for killing the 5? We take those.
We take those. Now, if you know, maybe not for Empire's sake, hopefully for them, but if the game continues to pan out the way it does and IG eventually take over, in the Game 2 draft, are you suspecting Empire going to put a lot more into getting that solid 4 position, that solid proactive support?
We'll see. It was banned down in the first 2, right?
Yeah.
So it did make it a lot harder for them to really go for that.
I mean, I would imagine IG would ban like a Monkey King and an Earth Spirit. So, I mean, I would imagine Empire might push to grab one or the other if available to them. But it just looks like that way. It feels like, unfortunately, with the Warlock Ogre pairing, their laning phase did feel like it wasn't going to be able to get as much done as they'd like. Yeah,
I mean, the panel touched on it a bunch of times, too. It's like, Miposhka, that guy is, this is the playmaker for this team. Sure, Chappie's getting involved more, but Miposhka's just playing a walking bloodlust at this point.
So it's making playing that hero.
Yeah, it's making it a lot harder for Empire to really do things. And they're used to, at least, because they're so used to him just being like, okay, I'm going here, killing here, making the moves around. But Ogre's not that type of hero anymore.
Yeah.
Baboka going for that Midas, of course. I mean, it's the build we're seeing on all these. I mean, the majority of 4s, but also it's been the build for Slardar for quite a while. You get your Blink Dagger, you don't really need anything. Sure, a 4-staff is luxury and everything, but Midas is, you're going to get those 4-staff and everything eventually, and you're in the lead, so why not?
You're just winning the farming game, and you're only making your lead bigger as time goes on. You're just putting the more pressure onto Empire to kind of do something about it.
Speaking of pressure, you can feel the pressure that Empire's feeling too. Look at their wards, look at the way they're like positioning.
Yeah. They're like, I think it's safe here if we wanted to make a possible smoke. You see Miposhka show up, he's got the purple stuff here.
Look at FN. FN's literally like, walk up the hill. Walk up the hill.
Yeah, from their perspective, I'm sure they're seeing IG totally missing off the map, and they have no idea what's going to hit them and possibly from where. IG are on the prowl now, barely skimming through. They're too hesitant to even head up and through their own jungle, but they have their eyes on the prize here. They get a sentry down. They'll see the trap is there, and the second that Slardar likes to move in, and they're going to make their jump. Burning pops out from it, but the commitment counter duel does come in, and he just shreks right through with the power of the blade mail. A rock will be committed from the outside, helping in from King R, but has the damage already been done? And it looks like it may have. They're already going to be losing 2. Empire forced to step back. IG now can move confidently back inside the pit and get the finish and take the Aegis. The blade mail showing from XXS just kind of shreds all the damage back onto the TA.
I think I blinked and the rock was dead, or gone. It was just splattered.
Yeah.
Tinker having Aghanim is burning, just being so farmed. The Silencer with the Great Global again. Even though Ghostic did get an opportune jump there onto the Slardar, at what costs? FN just gets blink, blade mail dueled, brought down in no time.
Yep. I don't even know what Empire could have done different in that kind of position to prevent IG from getting it, but here now, back the other way. IG, without much hesitation here, feeling already confident and strong, having this extra life. Here they come, parading down this mid lane. Look at the claim, game number 1. Just the first round of the upper bracket here. Empire, who have pulled out a huge group stage run to secure this upper bracket. Hoping to not get blasted down that fast, but yeah. Axe Laser just doing its work through the team. They're going to have to already pop the shrines. They can't even get close to the March. It's OP alone.
And he's just going to keep coming back.
In.
They've got the medallion thrown on Burning.
Tier 3 is done. They make their moves in. They force forward Burning pretty deep. Can they burst him down in time? At least get the Aegis? No. Step back follow-up. Stun's going to be there. Try to stampede, but the laser comes out. But yeah, they get their work done.
The aggressive blink in with the laser rocket to clean up Chappie. Burning, though, you can see the TA and the PA are wailing on him in that stun, but he's got medallion. He's got like 50 armor almost when he's got everything thrown on him.
They can't stop this man from chomping through their home. Mid lane down. OP will step out.
They're not stopping. They've got Aegis. They don't care.
Empire just getting beat down right now, and they can't do anything about it.
They know Empire committed the Stampede earlier. They know they committed the Rock. They're like, there's no way they can fight into us. We're at a massive advantage right now. And they're going to have Global coming back up in a short while, which it just pops up.
Can they catch Burning on the way out to burst the Aegis? Yes, they can. Ghostic may lose his own life. He gets a helpful force.
They're looking to go in, though.
Within the trees, blasting out 3 lasers there on the Ghostic, but couldn't get the finish. Now OP short on mana. Okay.
Does get stunned up. He's stuck in the upheaval. He's going to have a blink in 2 seconds.
But look at Burning chunk through the base as if it's made of a gingerbread house. It's out of control right now the way he's able to siege.
And they bail him out. No risk.
The home is crumbling here for Empire. Things don't look good for game 1. IG and the house feeling good.
Very dominant for them right now.
Empire
just stuck in a hard position. I mean, losing 2 Raxes now versus a lineup that is scaling pretty damn hard. Sure, you have Bloodlust with TA and PA, but versus a Tinker? Tinker is incredibly good versus both those. He's even building for the Ethereal Blade soon to kind of counteract their physical bursts as well.
Yeah, there's blade mails, there's lasers, there's rockets.
Ghostic almost finding another opportunity on OP there. I gotta say, Ghostic has definitely been, he's the only shining star right now for Empire in this game. Just always finding those like small little pickoffs and everything.
He's fighting. He knows that the percentage odds here for Empire may be down in close to the single digits at this point, but he is doing his damnness for any fighting chance from Empire. We have seen more lopsided games be turned around. Empire. I mean, you could see the drawing. IG kind of get the general idea that Empire probably siphoning through their woods, looking for anything they can get.
Another smoke. IG's smoke usage this game is also, but every single time they always have a smoke up. They always have it ready to go.
They're going to coast right through here and try to catch an opening here onto Empire, and could be going for full closure. Maybe setting up a micro bait as OP TPs into the lane, but it looks like Empire have already stepped away here. They took that time instead to just get a couple of wards down deep into IG territory.
I love how Burning's just drawing these big circles on the map. He's like, they're here. They're over here.
Anywhere over here is probably good.
And he's right. That's the only places that Empire really can be.
Stampede out defensively to make it away.
That's true fear.
That's just, lots of respect for the power of IG right now from Empire.
He's like, a silencer. Oh, God. Get me out of here. Well, if there's a silencer, you know, the way that Q's been playing as well, got to give a lot of testament to him. His globals have been very on point. He's been kind of just sitting in the back lines, never giving them opportunity to even go for him. Just always just creeping back there. So, if you do see a silencer, you're expecting, oh, God, there's going to be 5 heroes. So it's definitely appropriate by Ghostic's move.
Yep. Time for free money on the map here. The second shrine to go down here from IG.
XXS.
5-0 game. The KDA, I know recently Join Dota did that article on Burning and IG, and They were flaunting off the KDA and Burning, and he's still going to get one
Empire's
here.
going in.
Pops the Rage as a deep dive to the back lines here. Comes out from Chappie, but then he gets knocked in the face with an Abyssal, and Burning takes him down. He will be able to get the blink strike to the high ground as they zone back the rest of IG with a pretty nice rock here. But as XXS heads to the high ground, Burning looks to return. Now Disarm, running back up, Miposhka trying to make it back with the team. Burning, though, is going to be able to easily chop down the big boy. And now frantic to make it away. It's Empire, but they can't quite make it home. King R gets sacrificed to the greater gods of IG. A buyback will come out from Ogre, and it could be nearly the final hurrah for Empire.
That one felt like a bit of desperation there in the position that they fought, like fighting low ground into IG there. Definitely a risky play when you know that Global's up, you know they have everything online. Ghostic taunting around a little bit, having a bit of fun at least.
Trying to make the best of it here, but you can get the sense maybe Empire already thinking about what happened, how we got to this point, and where we go from here.
I really like XX's item build as well. I mean, it's kind of a standard one, but with the Halberd versus these massive physical. They do get a nice pick up on Baboka. The duel coming out, though.
Oh, with Burning, both of them should be able to get it done, but there is some decent damage to go on XSS, and they will be able to finally get him down. Two get dropped from IG. A 2-for-1 trade, but then suddenly OP shows up to play, and they just wipe the floor with him. A double kill for the Tinker here. No buyback available for FN.
He's not done. He's got an Arcane Rune.
Oh.
He does not want to get out of there. Arcane Rune on Tinker. Uh-oh.
Triple kill for OP.
They just call it.
And they're just going to call it here. IG come out and in front of the home crowd, give them a wonderful game one and take it.
Empire had some small